Hey guys, welcome to the new year. And as promised, I have started with the new application that is Excel. Although Excel is not new to anyone, but this is where I will take you through the basics of Excel so that we can move on to advanced and more deep concepts of Excel at a later months. But before we start to get into the deeper concepts, let's understand what is Excel. Yeah. Now, Excel is pronounced as Excel. So EKS, and then you bifurcate by SEL. So Excel. So it is spreadsheet program. We know that developed by Microsoft. Yeah, there are other applications as well which develop spreadsheet program like you have Google Sheets, you have Open Office. Yeah, but what we are going to concentrate right now is on Microsoft Excel. So what Excel does, it organizes your data in columns and rows and allows you to do mathematical function. It can run on Windows, it can run on Mac OS, Android OS, anything. It can run on your phone as well if you have Microsoft 365. As I remember, the first version was released in 1985 and has gone through several changes over the years. However, the main functionality mostly remains the same. So Excel is typically used for analysis, data entry, data management, or any kind of accounting entries that you have to do. Budgeting, most probably like a sales guy like me, I use it for budgeting, data analysis, creating visuals and graphs for my superiors. Programming, yes, we can do programming through VBA. Create models like financial models in Excel and much, much more. There are a lot of things. I have created apps as well in Excel. So why do we use Excel? There are a lot of other applications as well. But Excel is which is, I would say it's a popular program in all of the world. So it is easy to learn. You can see it while we go through this journey. Uh, the the skill ceiling is very high. So which means that you do more advanced things as you become better in learning Excel. Yeah. So it can be used with both work and in your everyday life. So I use it in my work as well as my daily life to track down my expenses, or if I have to do some kind of dashboarding for my personal stuff. So I do that. Uh, yeah, I do family budgets also on Excel. So it has a huge community support. So if you type in Excel, you'll find each and everyone learning Excel. Even a kid right now learns Excel during the schooling days. So it's a great tool. Now it is continuously supported by Microsoft. So it keeps on upgrading, comes up with new features, yeah, to help people to analyze the data more wisely and to maintain the data. There are templates available. You can see in the open window right now, I have opened the Excel and this is the starting window that you can see in Excel, where you have predefined templates which you can use. Yeah. So you have a seasonal photo calendar, you have a basic budget template. This can be used and are being uploaded by generous people so that we can refer to them as a template and do not waste time in creating new templates altogether. Yeah. And yes, this helps in lowering your cost towards having a big database, towards maintaining your any kind of personal stuff. So as we see, there are a lot of uses towards using Excel. We quickly jump towards trying to understand how we can use it or what are the functionalities of Excel. As we can know that you can open Excel by just typing Excel in the search bar. Yeah, you can find the relevant Excel application on your system, either it be Mac or it be Windows PC. So once you find it, you can click on it to open this workbook. Yeah. So I will just click on a blank worksheet so that I can start working on it. Yeah. And I just type in 1 plus 1. Great. That's it. That's my new workbook. And I can save it, say file, and I'll say save as. I would store it to my desktop in a folder which I want to. Excel practice. I'll say my first Excel workbook. Yeah. That's it. Great. I have created a new Excel file for myself. Yeah. So you can congratulate yourself saying that yes, you have created a new Excel. Yeah. But before getting into the intricacies of what all Excel do, let us first try to find out what is available on Excel which we can use. Yeah. So there are two main pieces to any Excel structure that you are able to see here. Yeah. So the first structure So the first structure that you see here is so as I said earlier, there are two main components or two main pieces to this entire Excel sheet or the Excel workbook that you get. The first is your ribbon. So this is part is your entire ribbon part. Yeah. And the second part is your sheet. So from here till the entire below the ribbon is your sheet part. So let me explain you the ribbon part first. I'll remove all these drawings. So when I'm talking about ribbon, it has few components. So it has the tabs. So these are the tabs which are available. Yeah. These are the groups available within individual tab. So this is an alignment group. This is a style group. You can see the name of the group over here mentioned. Yeah. And within these groups, there are commands. So the commands are the button that you use to do an action. So within alignment, I have this wrap text command. Yeah. So every tab over here in Excel will have a group of commands. And within this group of commands, you have the individual commands which are related to each other. Yeah. And if there are commands which are more than what is been seen on this group, then you will get an arrow at the bottom right corner of the group. You can see it here. So you can see a small arrow at the bottom right corner of the screen, which you can click and the main component with additional commands will open up. You can see this. So as soon as I clicked on this arrow, there is a new window that has opened up which has additional commands related to alignments, which you can use. So if there are no command which are related to any of the group like cells, you can see there is no arrow at the bottom right hand corner, since it doesn't have any other commands apart from this three related to this group. Yeah, same way font has more commands. So it has a small arrow. So if you click on the small arrow, it will give me a window which has more commands which are related to this font. Okay. So just to repeat, a ribbon has tabs. Each tab has commands. Let me clear the drawings. So each tab will have the individual groups. As you can see here, for page layout, you have the page setup group, and within this page setup group, you have this individual commands. Okay. So this is what the ribbon look like. And on this ribbon, you have tell me what, which you can use to find certain commands which will not be which you do not remember where they exactly lie. So if I want to find out where the charts are, I can just type in chart and it will give me all the menus which are related to chart here. Yeah, so you can use this. Tell me what you want to do. Apart from this, the ribbon also has quick access. This is quick access button. So this contains all the quick access commands. So if I am using what I can say, if I'm using the new button every time, so I'm creating new sheet every time, new workbook every time, I'll just click on it and you can see there is a new button that has been created, which I can access very quickly. As compared to what I have to do is I have to go to file and then click on new to open the file. Rather, I have it over here. I can just click on it to open a new workbook altogether. If I have to remove this, I'll just again click on it and remove this command. Okay. So what you have seen is the ribbon, tabs, groups within the tabs and commands within the groups. We have seen the quick access toolbar. You can hide this ribbon by clicking on this option which is available here. So there is an option on the left hand side upper corner which you can click and you will get three options. That is auto hide ribbon, show tabs and show tabs and command. By default, Excel will show all tabs and commands. So this option is always available by default. So show tabs and command. So if I have to auto hide everything, so I'll just click on auto hide. Yeah. If I have to get them back, then again you have to click on this button and say, suppose I want to see only the tab. So I'll say show tab. So it shows only the tabs, not the command. If I have to show the tabs and commands both, I'll just click on show tabs and commands. Yeah. So this is how you can play around with the ribbon. We'll see it all along when we move on to do other kind of exercises. Now let's come to the sheet part. Yeah, which is below the ribbon. Now let's understand the sheet part which is available in Excel. Let's type something. Now the sheet is a set of rows and columns. We need to understand that. Yeah. So these are columns, the A, B, C, D part. So let me highlight it so that you understand it. So these are columns. Yeah. And These are rows. So if I click on any of the alphabet above, it will select the entire column. Whereas if I select any of the numbers, it will select the entire row. Okay. So sheet is a set of rows and columns. It forms the same pattern as we have in maths exercise book. Yeah. So the rectangle boxes formed by this pattern are called cells. So this rectangle box is called cell by the combination of rows and column. So if I select a row and column together, you will find this cell been selected. So this is the cell. Yeah. So values can be typed. Yeah. To the cells, or values can be both be letters and numbers. So I can type a number here, or I can have a letter. So I can say hello world. Yeah. So it can be, or it can be an alphanumeric as well, like A, employee ID, like EMP 1234. Yeah. So it can be alphanumeric as well. It can have a date as well. 10125. Yes. So it has a date. It can have a true or false value. So it can have any kind of data type within its cell. Yeah. So each cell has its unique reference, which is its coordinate. This is where the columns and row intersect. So if I select an row and column together, you will see that both these have intersected at D5. So if I select this cell, you can see it in this named range. Yeah. So there are two things that I want you to understand once more. This is where it will show you the name, that is your current active cell. So if I click on any of the cell, you'll find it keeps changing in the named box. Yeah. So it shows you where your pointer is as of now. And the next is the formula bar. So if I type in any kind of formula, suppose I say is equal to 1 plus 1. Yeah, that is 2. This will show you the formula that is available. Yeah. So this is the formula bar. So let me clear this. Coming back to where we left. So each cell has its unique reference, which you can see here. So C3, D3, B5, you can check here. Yeah. So let's break this up and explain by an example. If I try to explain it by an example, uh, let's have this hello world being written at C4. Yeah. Now the reference can be found by clicking on the relevant cell and seeing the reference in the name box. So if I click on this cell right now, you can see the cell reference here. That is C4, which tells me that the cell that I'm referring to is C4. Now what C stands for? C stands for the column C, yeah, and 4 stands for column or row number 4, yeah. So this is how the reference can be broken into. So if I am at C1, it will be the C is the column and 1 is the row in which the particular value is present within a particular cell. So you can say cell is a kind of coordinate towards finding a value. Okay. So it is a combination of rows and column. Okay. So this is your playing area every time you work on an Excel. Now this is one sheet. You can have multiple sheets. Yeah. So by default, sheet 1 is your default sheet. You can have as many sheets as you want. You can add them or you remove them. Yeah. So how do I do that? I can just click on this plus button and a new sheet will be added automatically. I can keep on adding how many sheets I want as I want. I can also use your keyboard. So using Shift plus F11 on your function key, yeah, I can create a new sheet. So if I click on Shift 11, there is a new sheet automatically created. You can see this. I have not clicked on the plus button. I'm keeping my cursor here and my mouse pointer at A1 right now. And I'm pressing Shift F11 on my keyboard. And you can see a new sheet has been added. So that's a shortcut key towards adding new sheet. That was the second method of adding a sheet. You can also add a sheet by right clicking on any of the sheets where you want to insert it and click on insert. And you will find it will give you an option. I'll click on worksheet. I'll say OK. So it adds a new sheet before sheet 6. So if I want to add it before sheet 4, I'll click on sheet 4, right click on sheet 4 and click on insert. This will add a worksheet before sheet 4. So that's the third way of adding a worksheet. Yeah. I can also rename my sheet. So I can double click on it, which will help me to change the name. Yeah. Or I can right click and say rename. And I give it a practice sheet 2. Yes. And press enter and the sheet is renamed. I can delete this sheet by right click and say delete. Yeah. So what we understood right now in just is just an overview of this entire Excel sheet. Yeah. So what we learned till now is the two main parts that Excel workbook has is the ribbon and the sheet. Within the ribbon, you can use it to navigate and have access to various commands which are available in Excel. And the sheet, which is made up of columns and rows, which make cells where you can store your data. Now, each cell has its unique reference, as I've shown you in the named box. You can add new sheets, delete, rename, whatever you want to do. Hope you understood the structure. At least I was able to clarify how this playing board of Excel looks like so that we can move on to our next thing that is most important on how we add syntax, because we'll be mostly playing with formulas or numbers in this Excel sheet. So we'll check how to add formulas, the kind of syntax that we need to use. Yeah. So see you in the next video. Hope you like this overview. Do like it, share it with your friends who want to learn Excel. Do comment if you want to learn anything else apart from, or if you want me to add anything during this entire course of learning Excel. And yes, do not forget to subscribe to my channel, that is Eyes Can Analyze, to get such training videos or such informative videos directly to your inbox. Thank you so much.